Good morning. This is pretty exciting. It's go time. We're going down to get on this ship right here, the MSC Opera, right from Funchal for a tour of the Canary Islands. Picks us up in our hometown and brings us back here.
Welcome back to Track Us Down. If you're just finding us, I'm Monique.
And I'm Doug. Our channel is all about retiring early, moving abroad, but mostly living what we call a better second half of life, which can involve so many different things.
After over 25 years of working hard and raising our family, we retired from our careers, we sold everything, and we began our second half of life. We make our base on the beautiful island of Madeira, but today we're not on Madeira.
We are on a cruise ship. We are heading out to the Canary Islands from our home base in Funchal, Madeira, Portugal. How nice is it that we can just take an Uber down to our marina from our home and get on a ship in our home port, no flights needed. This is going to be so much fun.
Here we're showing you a quick room tour of our cabin on the Opera. It's cozy, it's comfortable, everything here is functional. We also have a small bathroom with a shower, and it's a great place to just come back and relax after the busyness of a day out touring or being aboard the ship.
So you may know from our last video that we've been very busy lately. We've been selling our house, buying a new one. We've been moving. We've been taking classes twice a week. It has been such a rush. I mean, from July to now has just been a blur, especially with visitors and all these other sorts of things. So we thought it would be a good idea to have a little bit of us time.
One of the things that we absolutely love about living in Madeira is the flight access to all over Europe, and even heading back to North America has direct flights to so many airports. And we love that kind of travel where you can just hop on a plane and go where you want to go. But this is a little different.
It's not too often if you're taking a cruise that you don't have to take a flight to the port city, unless you're living somewhere like Florida or California or somewhere specific in Europe. But for most people, it usually involves a flight to the port.
And the cost to get to the port before you've even begun the cruise is usually a big amount. We're really fortunate here in Madeira to have an access to an airport as well as a port where we can catch a cruise. And today we are on an MSC cruise and we're heading to the Canary Islands. Value for dollar, it was an amazing offer for around €1,000 for a couple for a 6-night cruise through the Canary Islands. So we're excited about having a little time off island and seeing some of the Canary Islands. As the cruise begins and heads to every island, we're going to share with you our day-to-day at every port of call. MSC's first stop on this cruise is Lanzarote.
This is part of a better second half of life for us. We've talked a lot about hopping on a plane from Madeira and flying all over to different places, whether it's Africa, Morocco, or Europe. This is something different where we have the ability just to hop on a boat and just go on a bit of a cruise, a nice getaway, a nice vacation from Madeira.
We chose not to take one of the tours. They have guided tours that take you out to sort of the moonscape landscape that you can go see out there because it's pretty flat, it's pretty arid, but there's some hills in the background. We just walked off the ship and decided to explore on our own. We explored the castle that's here and just the main streets and town center.
It's very arid, it's very kind of flat.
And windy.
And very windy. Oh my God, is it windy and dry. It's neat to be somewhere different. There's a Spanish vibe to it, but it's not Madeira. I mean, I guess that's why you travel. You're not always in the same place, right?
So we are going to continue to walk around Lanzarote and then head back to the ship for some lunch and a swim.
Our ship is way, way over there. Day 2, we're heading to Santa Cruz to Tenerife.
Good morning. Day 2, and we are in Tenerife. This is the place I am most excited for, mostly because I want to go shopping. And also, it's my birthday. What do you think so far? First impression.
A lot less windy than it was yesterday in Lanzarote. It's bigger, it's warmer. And the mountains are much more dramatic. They kind of remind me of Madeira mountains, just not as lush, not as green, but it's definitely a much bigger city. I love the marina here. I love all the sailboats and the ships. So I look forward to going into town, into the city, and seeing what a Spanish island town looks like.
I'm mostly excited for the shopping. Plus, it's my birthday. Did I say that already?
Yeah.
For my birthday, we are here looking for gold earrings here in Spain.
Yikes.
And I bought these ones when we were traveling last year in Chaves, up northern Portugal, but they're not real gold. And today I want real gold from Spain.
Apparently they hurt her ears,
They
so she
do.
has to have real ones.
They do. Just a little bit of a review. We said we would talk a little bit honestly about MSC cruises on the Opera here in the Canary Islands. What is your take so far?
It's a great cruise line if you look at some of their bigger ships that they show the reviews for and online. But the ship that we're on, the MSC Opera, is a smaller ship. It's definitely a lot more tired, needs some updating, but it's great for, I guess, these little island hops between Canaries, between Madeira and the little places around here. But it's not one of the big ships. It's not one of their marquee ships.
I would say exactly that it's a little tired. The staff is super nice. I would say the food is a little bland, but for us, we just wanted to use the cruise to do our own thing.
We haven't been on a cruise in 10 years, and I remember the same feeling then as we have now. It's kind of like a floating retirement home. I'm not sure it's for me. I feel like they're gonna have breakout bingo night every
They
single
actually
night.
have bingo, Doug. You just haven't gone.
Yeah, so we're the only ones in the gym, so that's good.
All right, let's explore Tenerife.
So this is one thing that's different already on the island of Tenerife here in Santa Cruz is they have office towers. I haven't seen an office tower in so long since we've been living on Madeira. I don't even know what Madeira would be like with an office tower on it. I don't think we should get any, but it's weird to see this really tall office tower here on this Spanish island.
So right behind us, a 20-minute walk from the port, is the iconic modernist Tenerife Concert Hall. It's kind of giving Sydney Opera House vibes.
It's definitely styled after the City Opera House as far as kind of a grand style right on the shoreline. It's not as big or as amazing as a Sydney Opera House, but it's still pretty cool for an island here out near the coast of, what, Africa?
Absolutely. We're going to head inside and have a Canary Island coffee. I believe it's called a barraquito. First thing to do, stir it. That's good.
Just a fun fact about the Canaries that we learned that I didn't even know. Canaries is not named after the bird, the canaries. The actual bird, a canary bird, is native to the Canary Islands, and the bird itself is named after the islands. Canaries goes back to the ancient Roman times when the Romans first discovered it. Apparently there were wild dogs here, so Canaries goes back to Latin, which means dogs, island of dogs, and that's where the word Canaries comes from. And the actual yellow bird, it is yellow, right?
I think so.
Which is native to the islands, is named after the Canary Islands. Pretty cool, and a fun fact, which we haven't done for a long time. So one of the things they have here on Santa Cruz de Tenerife is this specialty meat shop, and they're showing this cured ham. It's 600 euros per kilogram, and it's saying it's 7 kilograms. So by my calculation, that's about 4,200 euros for this ham.
That can't be right.
That can't be right. What's 6 times 7? That's 42. 4,200 for this big ham. I guess that's why it's alarmed and all that. Merry Christmas.
Our third port of call is Las Palmas in Gran Canaria. Good morning.
Here we are in day 3 of our Canary Island tour. We are docked in Gran Canaries, which is one of the bigger islands.
Yeah, there's apparently 900,000 people who live on the Gran Canary. It is a coolish day today in December. It's clouded over. I think we're wearing sunglasses more for the wind than the sun because there's no sun.
Yeah, the sun and a bit of the reflection here. So it's cloudy and it's cool. So we're gonna head out and tour around Gran Canaries.
We took the morning off of getting ready and we went, after we worked out, we went for a nice hot tub and sat on top there. It was very nice.
So we're gonna head off and enjoy our day 3.
We wandered around Las Palmas de Gran Canary, the main city. We walked up the main street and looked at all the shops. Very similar stores to what we have in Portugal. And now we've made our way to the beach area and we're gonna walk along the promenade here. I'm looking forward to walking up and down the beach area. The ocean here and the beach look really pretty, so we're gonna do that even though it's cloudy.
We've had a great day here in Las Palmas, Gran Canary. Sun came out a little bit. We walked this whole beach all the way along here. There's so much to do on this island. You can see it's huge. I never realized that Las Palmas and this part of the Canaries was so big. Sun came out, beautiful ocean as you can see, and we just got to walk in the sand a bit. So it was nice to get off the ship and just do that, do some shopping and just walking around on the beautiful sandy beach here. Nice getaway from Madeira, picks us up in our home port, brings us here, pretty cool. I think we're gonna make our way back to our ship now. A lot of rain today and a lot of wind. That's why we couldn't go to the other side of the island. It was storming over there and a lot of rain up high. So we stayed along the beach here and it's been pretty nice. Well, that was a good day. We spent about 6 hours just walking around Las Palmas here on the Gran Canaries, and it was really nice. It was a nice bit of Spain here, the Spanish islands vibe versus the Portuguese island vibe.
I really liked the beach part. I think that in warmer weather, it would be beautiful on that beach. But we're back on the ship now, back on the MSC, and we found a lounge and made ourselves some tea, and we're going to just relax for a bit, which was the point of this whole cruise for us.
Definitely with the move going on and Christmas coming up and school twice a week, we just thought it would be so nice, just the two of us on a cruise like this, to get away and just relax. And again, I can't say enough how great it is just to get on in our home port and be able to go somewhere like the Canary Islands. Coming from North America, that would have been such an expensive vacation to fly over just to go to the Canaries. For the two of us, it came to under €1,000 for the week, all inclusive. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. And one thing that's kind of funny is that when people say, oh, I think the ship keeps going from island to island and keeps hitting Funchal, they keep saying, wait till you get to Madeira. Madeira is the prettiest. And you know what? I totally agree with them so far.
So we got rained on just before we got back on the ship here. We're drying off, we're cozy. We have this whole lounge to ourselves. We're just going to relax, read, have a cup of tea, and just enjoy the last couple hours here before dinner time. And the last island we hit is Fuerteventura on the outer rim of the Canary Islands.
We kind of explored, we walked around, we did some shopping, but we did find a great Mexican restaurant because that is something we have been missing. So we had some Mexican food and headed back to the ship.
It was sort of Mexican. It was kind of Spanish, Spain Mexican-ish. It was missing the beans.
And finally, after all those ports of call, we are having an at-sea day, which we're really enjoying. We get to go to the gym every morning. The gym here on the MSC Opera is really, really nice. It's not crowded, so we get the treadmill and all the equipment, some stretching classes too. And then we head up for breakfast, and we have the whole day ahead of us to do whatever we want.
And we're definitely the youngest ones at the gym. So if there's somebody on one of the pieces of equipment I want, I just say, hey, it's time for you to move along.
Don't. We chose this cruise for this time of year for a real purpose for us, and we are using the cruise as a relaxation and rejuvenation for ourselves. It's not really our style of travel. We definitely prefer more on the go, spending a little more time in one place. This is sort of just, you have 6-7 hours somewhere and you're back on the ship. You can't really fully explore somewhere the way we would choose to do so if we were staying overnight places.
I think one thing that we've figured out for sure, it's been 10 years since we have done a cruise, and even then it was with our parents, so it was a little bit different.
And our kids.
And our kids. So this is the first time in a long time that we've gone just the two of us. And I think it just brought back and reinforced that feeling that cruising probably isn't really for us. We like to fly in somewhere or go in somewhere and explore around on foot or hike across it or spend time there. I think pulling into a port of call and having a few hours to go on an excursion with a bunch of other people and having 30 minutes to look at something, just not our style.
What we did enjoy on the cruise was the show was really good. Every night they have a theater show, and the people who entertain you are very talented, and we definitely enjoyed the show.
I'd have to say that's my favorite part, was every evening watching the show. The performers are amazing, from the singing to the dancing to the colors. They really are professionals, and it's really something to look forward to each evening. What do you think about the food?
The food's a little bland, I would say, and
yeah, they have to know their audience.
They know their audience. It's kind of plain, so you really do have to kind of pick through it. It's pretty repetitive and heavy on the desserts and heavy on the breads as well. So, we've kind of had to pick through that, and we've managed. We didn't purchase a drink package. The drink packages per day are €47 per person, which I can't keep up that kind of drinking. And that's 4 drinks a day easily. So that's not really our things. We miss Leo. We miss our new apartment and can't wait to get back to Funchal.
We miss Madeira. Madeira is so beautiful, I think, compared to the Canary Islands.
And so lush. It seems like everybody's favorite port of call on this cruise is Funchal, and we totally get why. But all in all, value for dollar for what we paid for this cruise right from our city of Funchal to have a getaway like this for a week. It was good value for dollar, and we're super happy we did it.
And this is our last video. We're going to keep going in January. It's our last video of 2024, and we look forward to seeing you in 2025.
We want to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. Thank you for watching our videos over the last 3 years and sticking with us. And it's been our pleasure getting to know so many of you on the comment section or on our Patreon, or when you actually do come to Madeira for a visit, a scouting trip, or so many of you have actually moved here to Madeira. We're so grateful for you all. We wish you all the best in 2025.
We have some exciting changes and ideas for 2025, so we look forward to sharing that with you, and we look forward to seeing you. Have a great Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And over the holiday season, do feel free to check out our playlists, and we hope that we help you have a better second half of life, which is what we are about here on our channel, enjoying a better second half of life.
So whether you're planning your better second half of life, you're into it already, or it's just an idea that you want to pursue, we wish you all the best.
Thank you for spending some of your day with us today aboard the MSC Opera. And as always, check back in and
Track us down.